Today we have gathered here to remember 1,700 or even more from our youth that were massacred in Tikrit, North Iraq. We say, the news say it was ISIS, but there's a mistake here that we need to point out. It wasn't just ISIS. The 1,700 that were massacred in Tikrit were not just massacred by ISIS. In fact, they were killed by some tribes in Tikrit, some of which belonged to the family of Saddam. They kidnapped our boys. Everything that needs to be said has already been said. There's nothing for me to add. I just want to add a personal experience. Ever since, and you can all relate to this. Everyone here, every Iraqi here will relate to this. Ever since I opened my eyes and I understood what Iraq was, I realized that I don't have a homeland. I do not have a watan. I do not have a home country. Whether some of us are born in Iran, Syria, even here in the UK, some of us born in Iraq and then we left. Our parents took us out of our homes because we had no homes. And every single day, I had some hope that one day I can say I have a homeland that I will return to. Every person here has someone in their family that was killed by the previous regime. Myself, 3 uncles. And every day I try to tell myself that their blood did not go to waste. That the blood of the martyrs of the Intifada, of the uprising of 91 in Najaf and Karbala did not go to waste. That those mothers that lost their sons, I will look at them and I will tell them, your son's blood did not go to waste. Mass graves, I went to Karbala a few years ago. Mass graves they showed me. They said, you see this ground here? There was bodies of Shias. They threw them while they were alive and they dumped them while they were alive. And we said, you know what? There is still hope. And in 2003, April, when I saw that statue fall, for the first time I realized that yes, I do have a home country, that I can return to Iraq. But we all realized that because Iraq has a majority of Shias, and I did not want to speak about take this into a Shia Sunni issue or take this into a sectarian issue, but everything that needs to be said has already been said by the previous speakers. Because we have a majority, they do not want to see a majority living happily in Iraq. And we've seen the suicide bombings in areas, even since June, since Mosul was taken over, till today, we see every day there's suicide bombings happening in Kadhimiya, in Madinat al-Sadr. Notice, by the way, in Karrade, when you listen to the news, the Iraqi news, they stopped even talking about this. Because there's only 5 people dying, 7 people dying, 10 people dying. Now, no, they don't speak about 7 people dying. Now it's 100 and above. Why is the Iraqi blood so cheap? Why is it that when one American journalist, and we are sorry that he got beheaded by ISIS, as a human being, I do not want to see any human being killed. Why is it when one American journalist gets beheaded, there's an outrage? Everyone says, how did this one American journalist get killed? Whether it's on social media, on the news, but 1,700 boys, youths, 17, 18, 19-year-old gets massacred brutally and no one comes out to condemn. Enough is enough. That hope that I had that their blood will not go to waste will not happen, because you know what? Our blood is going to waste. The blood of Sayyid Muhammad Baqir al-Sadr did go to waste. What happened? What has happened? What, we have power? We're now in the government? So what? Have we gained anything? More of us are getting killed now. Now, I will finish off with a few points that we need to do. It is our duty to stand up for our rights. Enough saying we are Shi'as, Madlumeen, we get killed. That's it. We cry for ourselves. Enough. No more crying for ourselves. You want your right, you take it. Each and single one of us has a role. Whether it's on social media, whether it's going and studying politics, whether it's studying media. And this goes to the parents as well. You don't have to force your son to become a doctor or an engineer. We need more people in the media. We need more people studying politics. We need to get our rights back. The Iraqi government, why are they failing? Because we have no experience. It's the first time they're in the government. We have no real experience of controlling things. And we always feel sorry for ourselves. And I was brought up like this, feeling sorry for myself because I lost my family members, because I was kicked out of my homes, because I don't have a home to go to, because my uncle passed away, because he walked to Karbala. We were brought up like this. Now, it is our duty to do something about this. Even if it's something small, even if it's lighting this one candle, even if when you're leaving here and people ask, what were you doing? You said, you know, on the 12th of June, more than 1,700 students were killed. Why? Because they were Shias. That's the only reason. Listen to the reports. Watch the video from Mish'an al-Jaburi. He speaks about this. He says that when they brought these youths, they divided them. And again, I do not want to even go into this because we are one Iraq. We are the Sunnis, we are the Shi'is, we are the Kurds, we are the Yazidis, we are the Christians. We are one Iraq. We are Iraqi before we were Muslim. This is the Iraq. We need to unite us. But if we can't unite, and if we don't stand up for our rights, don't expect the coalition to stand up for your rights. Don't come here and say, I'm really happy that the British and the Americans, they're going to go and they're going to help us. No, I'm not happy. I want my rights. I want the Iraqi government to give me my rights. The Iraqi mother that threw her headscarf in the middle of the parliament, do you think she wants the Americans to come back and take her son's blood? No, she wants her rights from the Iraqi government themselves. She threw her scarf in the middle of the Iraqi parliament. We firstly, even though there is no point even mentioning this, we demand the Iraqi government to take action against those that killed our youths. And what really embarrasses me is after the 1,700 were killed, only a few days ago, there was another massacre. And it disgusts me in the parliament. They get up and they say, no, they're okay, don't worry. They're okay, don't worry. And then we see in Saqlawiya, another 400, 500 massacred again. Like I said, since the uprising of 91, since the Intifada, even before that, since the late 70s, since the previous regime came into power, our youths are being killed. For those of us that are older, we left our homes. For us younger boys, we need to work in whatever capability we can to ask for our rights. Whether it's, and I really urge whoever is not on Twitter or Facebook to start using social networking. Everyone that's important, that's in the media, that's a politician, is on Twitter. We need to get our voice out there. We have been oppressed for 1,400 years, not just since the 70s. And again, as I mentioned, Iraq needs to unite the Christians, the Sunnis, the Shias. We need to unite under the banner of the flag of Allahu Akbar and the flag of Iraq. All Iraqis, Kurds, Christians, Muslims, Yazidis, all the minorities, we need to unite under Iraq and we need to do our bit. This is not enough. Well done to the organizers who have done the hard work in putting this. There are only a few of them, they're young, 21, 22, they organize this. But we need to do more to stand up for our country, to stand up for our Iraq. It doesn't mean when you leave here you forget it. Every one of us, every person that can use, that has internet at home should have Twitter. Everyone. And they should speak about the massacres that are being taken place in Iraq against the Shias, the Sunnis, the Yazidis, the Christians, because ISIS, who are the Islamic State, are not Islamic. Don't call them the Islamic State. They are the un-Islamic state. Islam did not tell you to go and kill people. Islam did not tell you to convert Christians into Islam. Islam did not tell you to bury women alive. Islam did not tell you to rape women. Rasulullah lived with the Christians and Jews. Read the history of Islam. Read the history of Medina when Rasulullah was there. And again, it is our duty to do more. It is our duty to do more. Because enough of us being oppressed and staying quiet. We need to ask for our rights. We need to take our rights. Whether it's with our tongue or with our hand by writing stuff, writing articles, we need to take our rights, because the Americans, the coalition will not bring your rights. As they said, the Saudis aren't going to bring your rights. It's not the Saudis. And with one hand they support Daesh, with the other hand they think they support you, they don't support you. Thank you for your time, thank you for coming. Everything that has been said, I wanted to say so much more about the massacre itself that took place on the 12th of June, when our youth were betrayed by even their generals. They were told to go 2 days after Mosul was taken over. On the 12th of June, they were told to go back home to Baghdad, and there'll be vehicles taking them home, trucks and buses taking them home. They found trucks and buses from the tribes from Tikrit, from the family of Saddam, and ISIS taking them to the presidential palace and massacring them there. 1,700 or more. Some numbers even suggest 4,000 of our youths were killed. 4,000 of our youths were killed. Thank you for listening to me. Can we just recite Surah Al-Fatiha for all the shuhada of Iraq?